I was standing in the kitchen when he said it, like a judge reading a sentence he enjoyed. "Be at your sister's wedding," my father said, voice smooth, eyes cold, "or I cut your tuition." The kettle screamed. I didn't flinch. I watched the steam climb the wall and disappear, the way my leverage had always done in this house, quietly, on purpose. I nodded. I smiled. I played the role they wrote for me, the obedient second act. They didn't know the ending had already been shot. I used to believe families were contracts signed in blood. I believed effort would earn fairness. I believed if I stayed small, I'd stay safe. My sister, golden, radiant, curated, learned early that applause follows those who take center stage. I learned to sit in the dark and memorize the exits. There was a time my father and I shared mornings, coffee at dawn, calculations on napkins. He taught me to think like a ledger, assets, liabilities, timing. Then my sister grew older, louder, shinier. The spotlight moved. My grades improved, his attention didn't. Love became conditional, support became leverage. The betrayal wasn't a single blow, it was erosion. It began with questions that weren't questions. "You'll manage, right?" It continued with reminders disguised as concern. "Tuition isn't cheap." And then the patterns sharpened, money released late, forms unsigned, deadlines pushed to the edge of panic. Each time I swallowed the humiliation and adjusted. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself it was family. The evidence arrived on a Tuesday, uninvited and precise. An email forwarded by mistake. Subject line, "Wedding budget final." My tuition amount, itemized, circled in red. Reallocated. My education was a line item feeding centerpieces and fireworks. My future converted into a spectacle for her. I closed the laptop. I breathed. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. Control is a skill you learn when noise never saves you. That night, something settled in me. Not anger, clarity. I stopped asking. I started planning. I had already graduated, quietly, early, top of my class, scholarships stacked like dominoes, a job offer signed, a research fellowship pending. I kept it sealed because survival taught me secrecy before celebration, because in this house, good news was currency, and currency was taxed. I opened a new folder. I labeled it Exit. Legal first. I finalized documents, transcripts sealed, degrees verified, bank accounts separated, no cosigners, no hooks. Financial next. I redirected stipends, paid balances, built a buffer. Emotional last. I practiced calm. I practiced silence. I practiced letting them underestimate me. When my father threatened tuition, he thought he was holding a blade. He was gripping air. The wedding arrived dressed as a truce, marble floors, gold accents. My sister glowed like an algorithm optimized for attention. I arrived early, black suit, no jewelry, neutral smile. I blended into the architecture. My father found me near the bar. "Glad you made the right choice," he said. I nodded. I let him feel tall. Speeches began, laughter crested. I waited for the exact moment, the one he taught me to choose. When eyes were forward, when escape would look like guilt. I stepped to the microphone. "I won't take long," I said. My voice didn't shake. "This is a confession, a ripple. Curiosity is a drug. I want to thank my parents," I continued, eyes on him now, "for teaching me discipline, for teaching me leverage, for showing me how silence can be weaponized." He frowned. A crease appeared between his brows, the first crack. "I also want to share some good news," I said. "I graduated top of my class, last month, with honors, fully funded." A pause. The room inhaled. "I accepted a position today," I added. "I start next week, independent, secure, grateful." My sister's smile stiffened, gold dulled. My father stood, then sat, then stood again. He looked like a man discovering gravity. "I won't be needing tuition," I said gently, "so please enjoy the flowers." I stepped away. I didn't wait for applause. I didn't need it. Later, he cornered me near the exit. "You humiliated me," he hissed. I met his eyes, calm, level. "You trained me," I said. "This was your curriculum." He searched my face for regret, found none. I left before dessert. The fallout was quiet. That's how real consequences sound. Calls unanswered, messages unsent, accounts closed. The family narrative adjusted without me, the way it always had. Only now I wasn't bleeding behind the scenes to keep it pretty. I don't hate them. Hate requires intimacy. I chose distance. In the weeks that followed, I slept better. I stood straighter. I learned that justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it signs papers, keeps receipts, and waits for the right microphone. This is my confession. I didn't ruin their celebration. I corrected a ledger. I took back what was mine without asking permission.